This was the scene in eastern Aleppo just hours before a ceasefire was declared. Thousands of people trying to escape as regime forces closed in on the few remaining rebel-held areas.
Look at why we are coming. Look at his body. Why are we coming? It's because we wanted to get rid of them. And look how they killed my child. Why my brother? Why?
The regime had recaptured around 98% of eastern Aleppo after days of intense bombardment and ground fighting. Civilians trapped inside the remaining few square kilometers of rebel-held territory feared for their lives.
To everyone who can hear me, we are here exposed to a genocide in the besieged city of Aleppo. This may be my last video. More than 50,000 of civilians who rebelled against the dictator al-Assad are threatened with field executions or dying under bombing.
Now, under a new ceasefire deal, they have a route out. Over the past few days, there have been reports of abuses by pro-government forces, including the killings of men, women and children in their homes. The regime and Russia say they've been targeting terrorists, but the UN has described the scenes in eastern Aleppo as a complete meltdown of humanity. And questions remain whether all the rebels will leave. Before the ceasefire, there was defiance.
Whatever the regime in Russia does to try and convince us to surrender ourselves, we will not. We will surrender ourselves to God, and we will pull ourselves up from our hearts and our feet, and we will remain firm in our positions until we meet God.
Most of the recaptured areas are now a wasteland of flattened buildings and bullet-ridden walls. The people who lived here have fled to western Aleppo and the countryside. The regime's recapture of eastern Aleppo leaves the rebels without a significant presence in any of Syria's main cities. But they still hold much of the territory west of Aleppo and in the province of Idlib. The ceasefire will be welcomed by those remaining inside eastern Aleppo. Tens of thousands of lives are at stake. Shamim Chowdhury, TRT World.